They don't waddle, they don't fly, but they do run. Originally, they came from islands in the East Indies, hence the name Indian runner ducks. They have a ravenous appetite for snails and insects, and their upright stance, similar to penguins, allows them to easily pluck the pests from grapevines. This talent has been put to use by the Vergenoed winery in South Africa, which is home to about 2,000 runners. The Vergenoegd Low Wine Estate is one of the oldest in the country. It dates back to the 17th century, and is dedicated to ecological pest control. While other wineries battle snails with synthetic pesticides such as metaldehyde, Vergenoegd enlists an army of ducks. Every morning, the ducks parade out into the fields to dine on snails, insects, and mosquito larvae. They're also spectacular poopers and help fertilize the growing grapes. No need for synthetic fertilizer here. Indian runners are not aggressive, and they're not very good at protecting themselves from predators such as mongoose or owl. That's why geese are enlisted as bodyguards for the ducks. Their screeching and flapping scares predators away. After feasting on snails and aphids all day, the ducks, with their bellies full, are herded back to their paddocks, ready to do it all over again the next day. They do get a vacation when the grapes ripen because the duck's appetite does extend to ripe fruit. The daily duck parade is quite a spectacle and regularly attracts a flock of tourists who can then sample an array of runner duck wines, the labels of which appropriately sport an image of the long neck guards of the grape. Visitors can also dine in the winery's restaurant where they can treat themselves to duck eggs. But there is no duck on the menu. The ducks are colleagues, the winery staff explain, and one does not eat colleagues. When their athleticism fades, the ducks retire to an island in the winery's pond where they live out their lives in peace until the Grim Reaper calls. It's not only vintners who are enamored of these ducks. There's even an Indian runner duck club where discussions revolve around breeding and raising the ducks as pets. Indeed, over the years, breeding has resulted in a rainbow of plumage. As you may know, I'm quite fond of quackers, but I think having a runner duck as a pet would be a bit too much of a challenge. I have to be satisfied with the handcrafted version. But it is pretty attractive, is it not? As far as wine goes, unfortunately, runner duck is not available in Canada. Maybe a trip to South Africa to watch the duck parade is in order. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.